Hey guys, welcome back to Arcade Garage. If you're new, don't forget to like, subscribe and leave a comment. So, in the last video, we left it off where I was having some issues, the starter was just clicking. I think it's been a day or two now since that video got it started. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the car forward so we can work on it and give you guys an update video, because I kind of, as per usual, got ahead of myself and I just did a ton of shit off camera and didn't film it. But I'll try to film a lot more to keep it interesting. But anyway, let's just clamp the GoPro onto this. There we go. And we'll move it forward on its own power. I've got to sort out a bit of a tune at Hunt. But the motor's a bit noisy, so we'll see how many events she lasts, if any at all. But anyway, so update time. Motor's in, it runs, it works. I now have basically the full body kit, front bumper, front guards, bonnet on. As you can see, it's kind of satin and that's gloss. That's because all the front end was off one of the blue utes in my previous videos. This boot was white on here, so I painted it. Just went to Super Cheap Auto, got their spray cans. That's the code there for this one. And if I sprayed it in clear, it will come glossy like the rest, but I didn't bother. But anyway, got that. I picked up a catback for it. So it's got a twin 2.5 inch catback. Also put my SSL rear springs in, and I picked up a set of SL front springs. Which are there, so now it's sitting at a appropriate height, a little bit stiffer, which will help with the body roll. Yeah, drift stitched the front bumper because it was cracked before I painted it, so now cable ties are black, kind of blends in. And then interior wise, so gutted it. AC system's out, everything's out. It's all empty there. For now, I've just got the stock seats. I put my Calais cluster in. So it's back from when EcoJet ran a normal cluster. So I'm gonna change that to say Arcade Garage. And then basically cut the dash. So these bits here, I'm gonna cut off. So it's all nice and high. And then probably what I'm going to work on today is my hydro mount. So I'm thinking of mounting it somewhere there, so it's kind of nice and easy to reach. And then if I get an extended handle, the handle will reach up there. Otherwise I need to get like a mounting box that'll kind of bring the hydro to somewhere there, which is kind of in the way. So I'm thinking I'll mount it like there, and then that's kind of the spot that I'm going to want it to be. And so we'll suss out a bracket and then we can start to get the lines around. The rear is completely stripped out. I've just got a bit in the boot to rip out still the top of that, the rear seat belts and all that, which I'll do later. But anyway, so yeah, I've kept this window switch here, so I've got to cable tie that somewhere. I might rig up a way to tie it there just so I can put the windows up and down still. I will probably change to an aftermarket steering wheel. But yeah, I really need some bucket seats. These seats are pretty comfy, but you know, there's not much side support. But it's basically where we're at. I've got to pick up a bumper tomorrow, and I've got to take this tow bar off because I'm going to put the one on from the white one, which is has the the square thing with the pin, so I can take the tow ball off and I can use it to tow my trailer around if Amisso's got the tow vehicle. And also I can put in the blank bit in there with like a D-shackle, so that can be my rear tow point, which will be very handy. And eventually I will need to suss out a front tow point, but I'll rig something up with that. I might even remove the fog light covers and I just have a hook coming out of there that can be used as the front tow point. But yeah, so I'm gonna put the camera down, get set up and ready to go for today. I also need to suss out what diff gears this has, because it's got a 2.87 diff ratio, but maybe someone's changed the diff gears, who knows. So I'll rotate the wheel and count that. But yeah, once we're kind of set up, I'll get back to you guys. Rightio, update time. A few hours later, I've done my live stream, carried on with this. I got the hydro mounted, so hopefully you guys can see that. So I got it mounted there, got a bit of an L bracket, but that thing is sturdy, like that's shaking the whole car. It's mounted by this here, which is part of the surround for the manual, and then I have nut certed 2 points as well in, and then tomorrow I'll probably give a bit of a weld around some of the points. Let me torch again. I'll get a weld around some of the bottom parts of the plate so that definitely won't let go. Yeah, so then tomorrow I will plumb it up. This VY is weird, it's got 2 brake lines running to the rear, so each one has its own individual line up to the ABS unit. EcoJet never did, it only had one. Yeah, it only had one. So that's what I was banking on. But yeah, so I'll do that. I'll probably just run both lines out to the front, and I've bought T-pieces, so I'll use a T-piece at the front, which will then tee out to the 2 lines going to the back. It'll just be easier that way than redoing all the rear, because it's got all the flex joints to do with the roller control arms. But yeah, this position here, I'm pretty happy. I'm going to make an extender for the handle, so I can bring the handle up to here, but here does feel pretty good for me because of steering wheel there. I can go straight to there. It's like going to the shifter. It's kind of staggered down the way. I know a lot of people like them up higher. One of my mates has recommended I'll have it up higher, so that's why I'm going to make that extension. But it should just be 1 bolt, and I can unbolt it and use that. And then obviously I've got to put the gear knob on, but I'm just going to probably go to Bunnings, get a deck tight to cover this here. Still going to mount this, but now that's like that. I might cable tie the wiring, even to this maybe. If I cable tie that there, this could kind of sit there. Factory handbrake's out of the way as well, so I can still use that to park the car up. And then when it's down, it's out of the way. That misses it perfect. So I'm happy with that. So yeah, tomorrow I'll plumb the lines. Hopefully that's in this video. Obviously, if the video ends here, then you know that that's going to be the next video on the drift car. So, hit a bit of a problem. I went to have a look at doing all the lines. That's probably made it worse to see. Oh, it's very bright, isn't it? To do all the lines in here and all the fittings that I have. I've got a whole bunch of them here. I ordered all the ones that it said it needed, like it said this needed a 7/16, which should be for this one here. Doesn't fit, doesn't screw in anywhere near at all, which the other one's sitting in here somewhere. None of them. Oh, well, regardless anyway, none of them fit. But we're going to change it up. Tom Melling, who has a VY drift car, if you guys are watching this from the Chassis Drifters, you obviously know who Tom is. He's got an idea that I'm going to try, so for that I will be changing back to my Master that has a reservoir, and we will just do a single line to the back and do dual caliper setup. So that's what's going to happen with that. Ended up also picking up the rear bumper, so you can see from this side it's painted, but I ran out of paint towards the back, so I've got some ordered, so that'll come when I finish spraying that, so it's at least purple. But even if it stays like that, it's not too bad. It's just a rear bumper. But yeah, for now that's basically all that I can do. I go to work, so there's nothing much else that I can get done at this point. Sorry this video hasn't been too interesting, but I'm a bit of a time crunch, so I've just kind of been just doing a lot of stuff and then just filming updates, so I apologise for that, and hopefully next one will be better. I do have to rip open a diff, and I'll hopefully be putting diff gears in that. If not, I might weld the center today ready, so then all I've got to do when I get back, if I don't end up buying the diff gears and spool, is just put the cover back on and fill it with fluid and put it in, because this has a 2.87 rear diff, and at least that one's a 3.07, which is a bit better. I'll either be ordering 3.7 or 4.11 diff gears. I'm undecided on which one I want to go just yet, because the Getrag is quite close gearing to begin with. But anyway, that's where I'm going to leave this video. So thanks you again if you've stayed here. Don't forget to like, subscribe and leave a comment, and I'll see you guys next week.